What happened to men pursuing girls? When was the pivotal moment that a man chose to not go after a girl anymore or put in any effort? It seems like guys can just put the bare minimum and not even really put in effort anymore. They don't really care to. Or they're like, why don't girls just go and make the first move and make the effort? When did it become a thing? Now it's like role reversal where they expect girls to be making the first moves, yearning for a guy and chasing him. That is, I feel like, the downfall of why it's so hard to meet someone, because men don't put in effort anymore or don't care to put in effort. And a relationship won't work unless the guy likes the girl just a tiny little bit more. He has to like her just the tiniest bit more for it to work in the long haul. So it would make sense if a guy really wanted to get to know you, that he would go leaps and bounds to get to know you. And when did that shift? Because back in my mom's era, if a guy wanted to take you out on a date, he had to go up to you, he had to get your number, he had to go through lengths to try to talk to you, even if you weren't interested at first. How my parents met? They met at a bar, and my dad asked for my mom to dance. My mom was like, get out of here. She wanted nothing to do with him. If he had just left and listened to her, they would have never gone married. They would have never had kids. But he was persistent. He wanted to take her out on a date so badly. He was like, what do I have to do to take you out on a date? She was working late their first date, so he went to her work, picked her up, prepped a dinner, took her to a park, just plan the whole thing.
Because if a man persisted like that in today's dating world, he would at the very least be called a creep. And at the worst, he'd be going to jail. That is the reality that a lot of men face. So that in combination with the fact that women are not really reciprocating effort and they're not treating men very well right now, there is a large group of men that are saying that it's just not worth it. And they would say that women have asked for it. They have asked men to leave them alone. So guess what, ladies? They're leaving you alone.
Hey, I am the problem. I went on a date with this guy and he was like, it's getting late. Do you want to come back to my place? And I was like, sure, but I'm not going to sleep with you. Like, that's not happening. And he was like, that's totally fine. Just come over. And I was like, cool. So I go to his place. He respects my wishes. He's so nice. He cuddles me all night. And I'm like, are you gay? Like, what? And like, I just wanted him to like try, and then for me to be like, no, you know what I mean? I wasn't gonna sleep with him, but I just, now I feel ugly. This is what.
I'm 19 years old. I've never had a boyfriend, but what I do have is a 30-page list full of qualifications and standards said person has to meet.
All right, this girl made a video talking about her requirements to be her boyfriend. And the comments are absolutely ripping this girl apart because whatever she's asking for in this video is a little bit too much. So let's go through the video and let's see what is too much for these guys.
First of all, I have to be attracted to the person.
Okay, number one, she has to be attracted to her partner. I know, how ridiculous of this girl to want to be attracted to her partner, but I'm sure something more unreasonable is coming up throughout this video.
I used to be super picky about height, but now as long as you're taller than me, I'm cool with it. I'm 5'4", so it's not that hard. But now you just gotta have a good, strong jawline and a sweet-looking face.
Okay, so the guy needs to be above 5'5" and have a strong jawline. This is what we're complaining about, guys. See videos on TikTok where a girl's asking for a guy who makes $1 billion and is 7'4", but this is what we're getting upset about. Okay, maybe the video is gonna get more insane as we go on. Let's see what else she asked for.
For smiles, I am pretty picky. You gotta have a good smile. I don't know, it just, to me, it's a really big deal. And you also have to like look clean. I don't know, hygiene is a huge thing for me. Must understand emotions, and I don't care if you're a little bit emotional too.
Okay, so he needs to have a good smile, shower regularly, and, you know, understand emotions. This is something gonna happen that I'm supposed to be upset about here?
I want to be best friends. I want to be your best friend, and I want you to be my best friend. You have to match my obsession with the beach and...
Wow, now that one was totally uncalled for. She wants to have a friendship with her boyfriend. That's ridiculous. And he has to have a common interest of hers. Now, this girl's really getting unreasonable, guys.
To take things extremely slow, so you have to be willing to work with that. I need someone that has a very contagious laugh and that laughs a lot.
Her last two totally unreasonable requests are that he has a good laugh and that he just goes slow. If you think these standards are so high that this is an explanation for why she's been single for 19 years, when like that's literally a completely normal age to be single for, like what do you expect her to do? Have a relationship when she's 4 years old? 100% more a reflection of the guys, because if you cannot meet at least like 90% of that list, then I really don't know what to tell you. But I guarantee if you ask any of these guys, what would you like your girlfriend to look like? They'd all give some like absolutely ridiculous comparison of what they want their girlfriend to look like. This girl said that she wants her boyfriend to smile, take showers, and just be a happy person. And guys are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Dude, what fantasy world are you living in? To the girl in the video, don't take anything in the comment section seriously, because that was one of the most basic and normal requirements I've ever heard a girl ask for their partner on this app ever. Good for you. Wish you the best of luck.
You know, I keep on listening to a lot of this stuff, man. It's not funny. I shouldn't laugh at that. I just think it's, let me not say it because it's not funny. It's not funny. I'm going to make that clear to you. It is not funny. It is interesting that the women are talking like this. They really don't get it. Despite the number of men that have explained to them why men are not approaching, why men are not coming up, for some reason they still don't understand it.
Surprise! The number of young single men in America is at a record high. This is why. According to Pew Research data that was released this week, a staggering 63% of men in their 20s are single, which is almost double that of women.
I'm going to be single forever. I just realized that, man. I'm going to be single forever. And I'll say that, and some people are like, that's sad. It's not sad. It's reality, bruh. I'm going to be single forever.
Third of men, 33%, a little over a third of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. So I've got a question for the men. My comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done.
You know, I'm seeing more and more of these videos, and honestly, it makes me sad because guys have told women why. We've made it very clear why we're walking away. And we're walking away in droves, and it's only going to get worse because you're not hearing why we're walking away. It's very simple. Don't read between the lines. Hear these words. There is absolutely no benefit anymore to being in a relationship with a woman for a man. None. Zero. Zilch. Especially when you consider the risk compared to any potential reward. Roughly 55% of marriages end in divorce, and the guy loses everything. Add into it all the relationships where they weren't married, and the guy lost access to his kids and had to pay mountains of child support, and so on. When you really look at it, there's less than a 1 in 4 chance of having a successful relationship. Would you risk everything you have? Would you risk your children and having access to them, knowing you only had a 25% chance of success? I doubt it. Add to it the expectations that today's women have are beyond absurd. We all joke about the sixes, but the reality is that is most women's expectation. You expect men to give, and offer nothing in return. I'm not saying any of this to be mean, but I am being blunt in hopes you'll hear it, because we've said it over and over and over again. And yet, you're still asking us, why are you walking away? That, in a nutshell, is the crux of the problem. You ask us, but you don't want to hear the response. And if you hear it, you don't want to accept it. My honest advice to you ladies is this. Get a mirror, look in it, and ask yourself, what are we offering to men? Why should men want to be with us? And if your answer is things like you have a great career or job, or that you're going to cook and clean, none of that matters to us. Not in the least. What matters to us? Peace, loyalty, and acknowledgement. Something very, very few women give to their man. And until you're willing to give that, until you're willing to set aside your ridiculous expectations, those numbers you mentioned are only going to get worse.
How is it that I look like this today, yet no man wants me to be his
this a serious question? Because women just went from saying they rather pick a bear over a man. So why the hell would men approach you? Or even look in your direction? But not only that, so many women have taught men over the years that all men are predatorial, so the good men of the world gave up. And it's so funny because women will constantly say that men don't listen, but now that men are listening, y'all are wondering where the good guys are at, why they don't approach you anymore, and why men are just simply not interested. And why the hell would they be interested? They don't know if they're going to be the next subject of all men are trash content on social media. They don't know if they're going to be accused of doing something they didn't do. They don't know if they're going to be used for dates. They don't know if they're going to be manipulated and then called a narcissist. And in this particular video, she's also asking why didn't they approach her because she looks the way that she looks. But the bottom line is most women are basic. There's nothing special to them. We all look the freaking same. So yeah, you actually have to come with more than just your looks. You actually need a personality nowadays too. Okay, bye.
So it's been brought to my attention that men no longer want to come up to women anymore. Due to sex allegations, women being just so rude and disrespectful and rejection. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know men didn't want to come up to women anymore. I'm barely finding this out. Why do women choose to cuss guys out when they come up to them and approach them? I have no idea. I apologize for that. But there's just too many fine men. And if it takes me, the women, having to come up to you guys and shooting my shot, saying what's up, being the big stepper, then I'll just have to do that. And I'm gonna just start coming up to you guys and shooting out compliments and see where it takes me. So if I start coming up to y'all in the grocery store and I say, excuse me, sir, you are just so sexy, I want a response. Okay, I don't want none of that shy stuff.
A lot of men have made peace with the fact that they're probably not going to have anything long term. And I say long term because some of you jokers, listen, y'all be moving and shaking. I know y'all be moving and shaking. Y'all can try to sit up here and play these women, but y'all not playing me. I know y'all be out there working the floor. Some of y'all are single because y'all want to be. Some of y'all could have had somebody a couple years ago, decades ago, but you out there messing around. So, and you know what? I get it. Y'all have been through situations to where, and seen stuff to where maybe it's not that smart to get married, right? And I think this is what, kind of listening to what he said, this is what a lot of men are understanding, with the stuff that I built for a woman to come in and literally to my face say, I'm not going to provide anything. I'm just going to be here mooching off of you, and you should love me for that. Man is like, no. Why would I want that?
Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
Honestly, no.
Yeah, baby, careful up there. You're gonna. Oh. See? You see? Look at you now. Bend up on the floor, you dozy twat. You alright?
This is just a reminder for men that scientists have now discovered a way for women to impregnate themselves using their own bone marrow. And the only child that can result from those pregnancies are female. So we no longer have any need for you, genetically or physically. So, tread lightly.
Women don't need men. Do you want to elaborate a bit on that?
A lot of people think that women need men in society to maintain. I don't think so. I think women would do better off without men. I agree too.
How about
oh, here we go.
Women, on the other hand, are quite motivated outside of men. Older women who are divorced and don't plan on getting in relationships anymore still maintain their lifestyle. They still keep their places clean. They still maintain.
But what happens in this scenario? Within 72 hours, there's no electricity. There's no food, and you don't have male firefighters to put these fires out. So let's assume like a woman loses her residence. What then?
Women know how to collect food. I mean, back when we were hunter-gatherers, the gatherers, being women, would
you think the
provide
average urban woman knows how to collect food in the forest?
Yeah, that's what women used to do.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Meanwhile,
do women need men?
Do women need men? No, we don't need y'all.
I do. I need my man. Baby, I need my man.
Okay. Why don't you need men?
What do I need a man for? To do what?
Everything.
Okay, why do you need a man?
Because we was created to be soft and nurturing. We ain't created to be working hard. We need a man. I need a man. I need my man.
I mean, I got a man, but I don't feel like I need him. But I like him around.
More
I feel
than
like
men.
men need women more than we need them. Y'all can't do shit yourself.
We don't have a male loneliness epidemic. We have a male apathy epidemic. I recently went on vacation with my family, and on this vacation, my sister and I went for a short hike, and on our way back, we were approached by 2 dogs snarling, growling, barking, clearly aggressive. We start making noise, screaming, yelling, carrying on, trying to draw attention. While this is happening, I glance to my left, and I realize there's a man standing on his porch. So I start looking to this man, hoping that he might step in and help. Instead, this man proceeds to shout at my sister and I, "They're not my dogs, stop yelling at me." 2 days later, I was on a walk with my dad, and I was fuming still over this interaction. He was like, "I don't understand why you're so upset about this." And I told my sister that. She said, "You're upset because that man was more outraged by 2 women making noise because they were fearful for their safety than he was by the possibility of witnessing them being mauled to death by dogs." So when men say, "We're natural protectors," I have to say, from what? If not rabid animals, if not other men, if not crime, then what?
I agree with the guy. It's not his dog. You're not his responsibility. And if you girls weren't so disrespectful, telling guys how much you don't need them and they don't matter, then just maybe they would have cared a little bit more and tried to help you. But why risk it? Why risk being molded by the dogs to protect 2 female who probably don't care about him?
Okay, I will do good. I'm the baddest bitch ever. I'm confident. He's meeting me. I'm not meeting him. He asked me. He messaged me. I didn't message him. I don't need a man. A man needs me. I'm gonna be confident and I'm gonna be funny and I'm gonna be entertaining and I'm gonna do so good and everybody is gonna love me and us both. But mostly me. Because a man needs me, I don't need a man, amen. Okay.
I'm just gonna let you know right now, Jesus didn't co-sign that. Nobody did. Except your foolish friends. And y'all are all of the same mindset. And y'all wondering why you can't find a man because you think that you're the greatest. You and almost quite literally every other modern woman.
Yeah. Where do I put it? On the ground. Who needs a man? Not me, baby. Not me.
This you? Oh my God. There's no oil. Now oil is coming, you see? Yeah. Yes, sir, I'm reporting it. And I do have a witness in here. Somebody put windshield washer or something? Something like that. So the car was getting fucked up?
No, I don't know. She just brought it. Oh, Jose.
Yo.
She said her washer fluid is not working. She told me that too.
Okay.
In my day-to-day life, I don't need a man to fix my car. I'll just go to the mechanic.
To wyjdziesz na psychę. Pikato.
Pójdę.
Na tej rubę.
Wynówki.
Inte rastia.
Vamos met accent.
Mama, szukamy rola. Na tej dojnie.
Pójdę.
Ty nechasa. Hej, nie ciekawe.
I nie są pomagamy.
Trecha. Na ty.
Iria, konceptora. Konceptuamo.
So recently I caught up with an old friend
And she was telling me that she got divorced. And I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids and I just got lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like, he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like, she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife, and her husband just wasn't doing that for her. And she had other friends that had, you know, boyfriends, or like they had just got married, and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, you know, they had a big house, they had nice things. Like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, you know, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I fucking hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time, and then that's it. She said, no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously. They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years. She has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home mom. They haven't had any new kids, but they're planning on having kids. And she's pissed because she's like, how can he move on so fast? Like, you know, I can't even find nobody, and he just found someone so quick, and he didn't even want to give us another try, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was so confused because I was like, okay, so you divorced him because he was always working and you were bored. So now you are single, going out, having a good time, dating, but you don't like that. Now you want someone to take care of you, a provider. And your ex-husband, all he wanted to do was be a provider. That's why now he is dating someone who he has no problem providing for her and her kids. And she's pissed because she's like, why would he go and find someone who has kids? Like, he already has kids. Why would he want to take on that responsibility? And I'm like, wait, aren't you looking for someone to take on that responsibility? I was just giving her a hard time, I'm not gonna lie, because it was kind of funny to me, because I was like, I could tell that she regretted her decision. I could tell. And I've seen a lot of people do shit like this where they get divorced for reasons that are not, I'm not gonna say they're not valid, because everybody's feelings are valid, but they're fixable problems. Like, I don't know if you guys have this wrong idea of marriage that it's supposed to be like fun and happy all the time. It's not. I feel like every relationship, it literally depends on compromise. Like, you gotta compromise something. You cannot have everything. And to be honest with you, like, if she was willing to give up on him that quick, like, maybe she just didn't love him that much. Because I cannot even imagine just me being like, oh, I'm bored, I'm gonna divorce my husband, you know? Like, no, you figure it out, you work it out. But I could tell that she's regretting it, because what she thought she wanted is not what she thought she wanted.
They think it's a game, man. Now they're playing around. Once again, I go back to the story of the woman who decided to be a boss babe lawyer. Left her husband because he was too boring. He wasn't alpha enough. He wasn't treating her like the alpha male in her life did, that she brought into her life, because she went out there and got a single friend who didn't have no man, who wasn't married, who didn't have kids. She listened to her advice, and she got a little bit lustful. So when these women be talking about, oh, you know, I don't have a problem with lust, they be straight up lying. She went out there, got with that man. That man ran through her and sent on back to her husband. And she tried to beg her husband to take her back. No, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. Oh, I'm gonna get my family to call you and tell you to take me back. No, that's what y'all try to do. You see, the thing that y'all don't understand about men is men can stand on their own 2 feet. It might hurt sometimes, but they can stand on their own 2 feet. And because of society and the way society has treated a lot of men, they've been standing on their own 2 feet for a long time. The only person that's guaranteed a man is himself. And surprise, surprise, men been doing that for decades, centuries, millennia, guaranteeing themselves, guaranteeing their word. Because I ain't got nobody else. I would love to, but ain't nobody else gonna guarantee me but me. That's the way it is. So y'all trying to get family members and other people involved, that sucks and it hurts. I didn't know that person would turn on me like that or say that to me like that, but it is what it is. I know I did the right thing, and you're not coming back in this house.
No, it really is. So I just got a text from my wife. She's it's a text to me and her mom. She said, I'm divorcing Jaceel, mom. A blog has accused him of cheating on me. So I'm done. Like, that's what I'm dealing with in real life. Like, in real life, see what it says? Yep, the girl who used to work for him. So this is what I'm really dealing with. And that's I'm going to be as transparent as I could be, because this is what happens when you play like this. You play on people's lives. You play on whatever they may be dealing with, and they have to deal with real circumstances. So this is what I'm dealing with this morning. Yeah.
Look at this.
My husband works 2 jobs.
2.
He works 64 hours a week.
Continue.
Has like 1 day off. And within that 1 day, I want him to go outside with us.
You want
like
him.
Me, Sophie, and him.
Right.
But he wants to stay home
Okay,
and spend time with us.
Okay.
But I don't want that. I want us to be outside. And I'm upset with him because we don't go outside and do activities as a family. Am I being reasonable or am I being a bad wife?
You're being unreasonable and being a bad wife. You're both. If I'm working 64 hours a week and you're a stay-at-home mom that watches way too much TV, which I'm assuming because you posted this, you watch too much TV, God forbid a girl has a hobby that doesn't require spending money, hashtag stay-at-home mom, you posted this. I'd be damned if you're going to tell me what the hell I'm doing on my off day. Or you even have the audacity to be upset with me because I don't want to go outside. I have literally been out the house all week working. I would love to be inside of the house that I'm paying for. You're 100% being unreasonable. And if you don't like it, get a damn job. Tell him quit his second job and either have somebody you trust watch your kids at home or put your child in a daycare with cameras. What you just said got the women in the comments bashing you. When you got that happening on the internet, you know you're wrong. You know you done said some dumb shit. How inconsiderate of you. Mans is literally working his life away to provide for you two. And you're mad because he wants to spend his one off day indoors, the one day that he can be indoors with y'all.
This ain't no Uber. You told me you was getting an Uber when you was getting off work, man. What? What's going on here? Is this an Uber or what? Man, you said you was getting an Uber from work. Who is this guy? You an Uber? I'm glad I walked outside because now I see how she got here.
What's the problem?
I just caught you. Like, what's up with you, bro? What's the...
You're just my coworker. Why are you...
What do you mean, bro? This is my wife you're with.
We went to have lunch.
Bro, you bought my woman lunch now, too?
Well, you didn't go pick me up if you didn't want nobody else to drive me home.
Man, that's why I sent you money to get an Uber. This is a bad situation, man. So I'm insecure now.
Very. I'm not cheating on you.
How you not cheating on me and you got food with this guy? Man, you know what, bro? We ain't got nothing else to talk about. Dude, I done seen enough today.
Can you pick me up tomorrow?
What? No, you're not going to work. You're unemployed right now. If he's working there, you're not working there no more. I'm telling you now.
I'm so jealous of who I'm working with.
Okay, my husband is a nuclear engineer. That's what he does for a living. Okay, he's a nuclear engineer. Okay. I was gone. And he had to put this vacuum cleaner back together. Okay, one moment. Okay, here we go. I had to clean the filter because it gets dirty, right? So my kid's playing Mario Kart. This is the dustbin. Hold it. This is the dustbin. This is where he put the filter. People, oh my God. This is where he put the filter. Look. It goes here. It goes here. And I don't get on board with the weaponized, weaponized, whatever it's called. Can't even think. But this man is like highly intelligent. And for everyone's like, oh, he doesn't know that it goes there because he didn't take it out. There is a sign that's talking about the filter. And it's right there. Bananas.
About this woman who's wanting to divorce her husband because he spent an extra 10 minutes in the car during a family emergency. So this woman has been married to her husband for 2 years, and he has a habit of sitting in the car for 5 to 10 minutes before entering the house. Now, she doesn't know why exactly he does this, but he has talked about a past traumatic experience where he came home and caught his ex cheating on him. And because of this, he just spent a few extra minutes in his car before entering the home, as a response to his trauma. Now, while the wife says that she won't make him feel wrong for his coping mechanism, she has made it clear that it makes her feel very uncomfortable, and it's caused a few arguments between them. Like when they have guests, he would sit outside for a few minutes before coming in. Or when dinner is waiting for him, he would take 10 minutes silently waiting in his car before entering the home. Now, she's been worried that something might actually come up and she won't be able to get a hold of him because he's sitting in the car. And it happened last week. Their 8-year-old son tripped and fell from the stairs and broke his ankle. He was in so much pain that she called her husband to come and take him to the hospital. And he rushed out of work. But then she called and she was stunned when she looked outside of her window and she saw him sitting in the car outside of the house. She was both shocked and angry. She ran outside immediately and asked him how long he had been sitting in the car. He told her about 8 minutes. She asked him why he didn't come into the house immediately and help. And he said he would after 2 more minutes. She was so mad and hurt, but she tried to rush him. And he insisted that he wouldn't feel comfortable coming in until the 10 minutes were up. He then told her to get their son ready so he could take him to the hospital. But she started screaming at him nonstop, telling him that this is a family emergency and that he was out of his mind to behave like that. She says that this might not have been the best response, but she was shocked by his behavior. Anyway, she ended up taking her son to the hospital herself when their neighbor intervened and offered to take them. So they went to the hospital, and later her husband arrived and tried to talk to her, but she refused. She then went to stay with her mum and texted him that she wanted a divorce. He tried to rationalize and justify what he's done, saying that he couldn't help it and he was just nervous. And he wanted to help their son, but he felt stuck. She refused to reply to his messages. And days later, his family was literally harassing her, saying that she was making his trauma worse and that she disrespected his boundaries by pushing him to his limits. Her family are with her on this, but she says they can be biased at times. Her husband is still trying to talk her out of this divorce, saying that she's making a huge deal out of it, but she just feels she can no longer trust him, especially when it comes to serious stuff, like how he acted in this family emergency. Oh, and she also wants to clarify that this son is not his biological son. They don't have any biological kids together. He would be his stepson through marriage.
So let me see if I can understand. Guy has a habit of sitting out in the car for about 5 to 10 minutes before he comes in, based on something that happened in the past with his ex. Okay, he does that. You know, the food gets cold. We have guests sometimes. Okay. From that perspective, I feel like that's something that he would need to work through. I would say that most men, when they do this, most people in general, when they do this, it's probably because, past trauma, but it's probably because they're trying to collect their thoughts from the day before they go in. You know, there's going to be chaos in the house, and I'm trying to get my mental ready. Okay, so probably the cheating had something to do with that because that was very traumatic, right? When you move on from that, then it becomes like that's what I do. It's my way of doing things, basically. I can't think of the word right now. Regimen is coming to mind, but I don't know if that's the word that I want to use. It just basically becomes a habit of mine to where I do it, and it helps me to calm down so I don't blow up on everybody. Okay, so you know, you want a man that kind of keeps his head level and calm, right? He knows how to think in these situations. Now, your son has broken, stepson, by the way, has broken his ankle. And if it is, okay, I need you to come home, we need to go to the emergency room. Broken ankle is it's pretty serious, but if it's super serious, I think you could have called the ambulance, right? So you're calling him from work, and instead of kind of calling the ambulance, but ambulance costs a lot. So you call him to come home. He's sitting outside for 10 minutes. Honestly, I think in the grand scheme of things, And I do understand where she's coming from, because it's like, man, he broke his ankle. You know, we don't know the extent of the damage, and you'll notice that for a lot of women, unfortunately, they blow things out of proportion. They just do, and it's not a knock on them. It's not me trying to trash them, but a lot of women do blow things out of proportion, and it's worse than it actually is. But in the moment, you don't know that. So when we get to the hospital, we'll be able to assess all the damage. But what I was saying was, in the grand scheme of things, 10 minutes, especially if you've been sent out there for 8, is probably not going to hurt, right? So you come out there, obviously emotional, and you say, hey, what are you doing in the car? Well, you know why he's in the car. You understand that. So I think what she's saying is, well, why are you in the car under this circumstance? This is emergency. So you can forego your little ritual that you got going on, and you can do that later. But right now, we need to get the kid to the hospital. This is what I'm afraid of. He does that because that's something that he uses to calm himself down. He comes home from work, which is stressful. He doesn't have those 10 minutes. He's in a heightened mode of stress, because that's really why he's doing it. He's in a heightened mode of stress. Now, once again, he needs to work on that and try to do better on that. But just in the moment, the reality is he's at a heightened level of stress. Okay. So if I don't get the 10 minutes to just kind of calm down, he was already at 8, by the way. If I don't get the 10 minutes to calm down, we go to the hospital, high stress environment, high stress situation. Who knows what might happen? Who knows what I might say? Who knows the things that I might do? So in order to regulate myself, this is what I'm doing to make sure that everybody around me is okay. No doubt, there probably have been times that, it said it right there in the story. No doubt there have been times where they've talked about this and she doesn't like it. There are some things that she doesn't like and she doesn't allow. And so he's stressed out. It's actually not because, his ex cheating probably played a part, but she's got a problem. She doesn't like the way he handles certain things, and that's wearing on him. That's wearing him down. And so that's why he's sitting in the car. So when you have an emergency, I know I'm going to go in. She's going to say this. She's going to do that. She's going to go berserk. She's probably talked to him crazy before. She comes out. She starts screaming and hollering at him. She admits that's probably not the best way to handle it. That's not the first time she's done that. Okay. And now he has to drive both of you to the hospital with you going berserk on him. Okay. Even if he didn't get the 10-minute break. Oh, well, you should have just known. She would have blamed him for all of that. That's why he's sitting in the car for 10 minutes, because he's trying not to go off on you. That's what it is. Okay. So, once again, I think, maybe there are some things that he could have done or handled it a little bit better. But I don't think that cheating is the only reason that he sits out there in the car for that long. I think the way you probably treat him and the way that your son, which you allow, y'all probably don't treat him that well. Y'all probably don't respect him like he feels like he needs to be respected. And so he's not dragging his feet. Well, you broke your ankle. Now I'm going to have to. He's not doing that. What he is doing is saying, let me take a step back. I'm in this situation. Let me tell you right now, that man is miserable. He's miserable in that relationship, to be honest with you, in my opinion. He's miserable. And so he's trying to make the best out of a bad situation. And, I don't know why he would still want the relationship after that. If that's the way y'all treat him, I don't get it.
I feel like we should just break up.
You want to break up?
Yeah.
So you have your mind set on this. And you sure this is what you want to do?
Yeah. What's that?
Leave.
What?
Go ahead.
Excuse me?
If you want to break up, go ahead and leave.
Why are you telling me to leave right now?
You want to break up. You're saying I'm cheating on you. Go ahead.
You're not even gonna try to stay with me or anything like that? You've given up so easy. They're telling me to just leave?
I'm telling you the truth. To every question you're asking me, and you said it yourself, I'm not believing you, or I don't believe you. What else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to get on my knees and beg for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
no. I don't mean that much to you. I'm not your everything. That just also like makes me feel like you're cheating. You're not even fighting for me.
You should know that you mean the world to me, but telling me I'm cheating, have I came home showing any signs that I'm cheating on you? Do I have any hickeys? Do I smell like perfume? Do you see any messages on my phone? Or like, I don't understand where you're pulling this from.
Well, I don't look through your phone, but you came home late today and then you haven't even responded to me. Sometimes you can go like hours without telling me anything, and it's like, I feel like you're cheating.
I feel kind of like disrespected in a way because I would never.
I feel disrespected because you're cheating on me.
So go.
So you admit you're cheating on me? You're telling me to go?
I'm not cheating on you. I would never. But if you want to break up and this is how you feel, go. Since you don't trust me.
I don't believe you.
I told my husband I wanted a divorce. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love.
I know I'm late to the party because most of you have seen that video, but this is Camille, and this is her video basically announcing that she doesn't want to be with her husband anymore. A man who is seemingly perfect, and she admits that herself, as you have seen.
I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years.
Camille was being honest with her feelings, trying to get advice on the internet, which is sometimes risky. And when you put yourself out there on the internet, you get reactions from notable political figures like this.
You are a fundamentally self-absorbed and shallow person who would inflict untold pain and suffering on other human beings just because you're bored and want to feel something.
Many have also had their own commentary within Camille's comments. Some of you suggesting that she has already had an affair or currently having an affair that is secret, and she just simply feels bad about what's going on. So Camille decided to give an update, and in the update she says that she wants to be closer with her husband. She wants to make this work. She simply was seeking advice from people who may have been going through the same feelings that she is going through.
The point of the video was me asking for advice on how to become closer with my husband. There have been amazing people who have given that advice, and I've taken it and we are going with it. And I will continue to share the advice that we've got and what we do. Just feeling really bad about like being misunderstood and feeling really sad that so many people are taking it the wrong way, I guess.
So, this is an interesting question. Sometimes people just don't click. Is she justified in her feelings? Or do you believe
we've been together for almost 4 years, and we are supposed to be getting married in a few months, but I just can't get past her spending habits.
Did you hear about the man who's considering calling off his whole wedding because his fiancée refuses to sign a prenup after he found out that she has massive credit card debt?
My partner canceled our wedding 2 days before it was supposed to happen, and I'm in a complete state of shock.
How much do you want your wedding to cost?
My thing is not a cost thing, it just needs to
say the number. We don't come on.
I want 2 weddings. I want one here and I want one abroad in South Africa.
Okay, so you've roughly done the costings roughly?
I haven't done the cost.
Oh, roughly.
Probably like 600k. Probably even more. Probably like...
What currency are we talking about?
Pounds. Probably like 500k.
Wedding?
400k.
Wedding?
350.
Wedding?
How much?
You're trolling me.
Why am I going down?
You're trolling me.
How much do they cost?
A wedding?
Yeah, my dress, my bridesmaids, my car, my people, my hair, like my ring. Are we including the whole thing?
Yeah.
I came across this. Middle-aged man calls off wedding after discovering bride-to-be has $95,000 in credit card debt. And the question is, was he wrong for this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let me tell you guys something about the debt that single women have that men are going to have to start looking into before marriage. You need to know how much student loan debt she has, how much credit card debt she has. You need to know about any outstanding personal loans that she has, any tax issues that she may have. And this could go on both sides. But specifically, if you're dealing with a woman who wants you to be a provider and pay all of the bills in the household, you need to make sure she's not bringing any major debt to the household. Another thing that I will say is do not go into debt to give your fiance this outlandish wedding for one day. It is a bad idea because a lot of people will decide, well, we're going to both borrow money to give her the quote unquote wedding of her dreams. That's not a good idea because the interest rate that you're going to pay on that for that one day is not going to be worth it. But I'm going to tell women something who have student loan debt, you specifically, and credit card debt, like this woman, you specifically, or loans, or payday advance loans that y'all got. You better clear those up if you're thinking about any man of substance and worth getting into business with you, because marriage is a business. They're going to ask those things. Listen, yes, every now and then, every blue moon, you will have some man who will have so much money he won't care. But that's not the everyday man. Only one person really can win the big lottery. Every now and then there's a couple winners, but there's never a whole city or a whole group of people. Think about it.
When she says she is looking for a fiancé, she misspelt financiers. The debt is like a felon. If someone you are dating doesn't tell you this problem from the beginning, then it's best to call it quits. But what happens next will change everything.
My wedding was getting ready to start, and I had been telling her 2 months before we was going to Texas, look, I'm telling you now, you need to sign this prenup, because I'm telling you, don't try me when I get there. You're not going to dictate how I take care of my mama, my sister, and all. I know what you're up to, and by the fact that we're going through this, it's showing me a different side of you, because we never had these type of conversations.
Yeah.
So
what was the argument? I just want to know.
It really wasn't no argument. She kept saying she was going to sign it. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to sign it. But kept getting the attitude every time I brought it to her. I'm telling her, I'm like, look, I'm going to embarrass you in front of all these people. Don't do it. It's something up, you know what I'm saying? So I called it off. You know, I ended up wasting like close to $400,000 on the wedding. Just wasted, and we ended up just, partying, and our relationship never been.
He had every right to protect himself. She was playing games, and he called her on it. The lady probably wanted the money and not him.
Hey, we need to go outside and talk.
Okay, why
Come
you
on.
sounding like that?
Come on. I'm embarrassed you at work.
What is going on?
How dare you put that on Instagram?
The audacity to comment under a post and agree with cheating on your husband for $100,000? I care about you in this relationship. How you care about me and you coming up to my job and I can lose my job because you up here with this stupid foolishness. Stupid foolishness now.
Yes, it is.
So you would cheat on your husband for $100,000. Make it make sense.
Would you do it?
Heck no, because I love you and only
Well,
you.
it don't matter. It's not that big of a deal. You should not be coming to my job.
It's not no big deal.
Because of this. This is
Y'all see her?
ridiculous, William.
This some bull crap
Do
right
y'all
here.
see him? Do y'all see him? This is ridiculous. You need to man up. You ain't got no money. You don't have no job. You don't have $100,000. So what does that mean? This time that you spending up here, you should be somewhere trying to find a job and be a man. You about to get married, supposedly. My job, I could lose my job. My boss could hear us.
When someone shows you who they are, believe them. This guy needs to advise himself to flee from this relationship.
I want a high value man, and that's what I'm looking for as a female. I feel, I'm building myself for that type of man.
Why do you want a high value man?
Because I deserve that.
You don't deserve anything.
Oh, okay.
Who are you?
Simone.
Simone deserves nothing. What makes you so special? Do you deserve access to somebody else's stuff?
Nothing really makes me special to deserve access to anybody's thing but my own.
Thank you. So you don't deserve a high value man. Nobody deserves anything. We earn. How are you going to earn a high value man?
By building myself to be a high value woman.
Were you raised with your mother and father?
Was I raised with my mother and father?
Mm-hmm. Were they married?
No, my dad was married. I had a stepmother, and my mom, I have a stepfather.
This is starting to go downhill, okay?
No,
Already.
don't let it go downhill. Let's
No,
this
no. First off, check that. This is part of the reason why high value men, they care very much about how their women think, because they're a representation of them. You come in talking about what you deserve, and it really comes down to you. And as an only child, there's something called only child syndrome. And that's what's kind of showing through right here.
We've been together for